It's another week, starting a new block. I'm feeling pretty good. The goal of the next block is to prioritize more of the accessory stuff ahead of the compound movements, just to kind of help rebuild or kind of just build up my weak points, or what I think are my weak points. So today we're going to start the week off with a posterior chain-based day, working on the lower back, the glutes, the hamstrings. But we got this new exercise, Captain's Morgan, something like that. I'll show you guys. So at first glance, I was like, that can't be that bad. Basically all we're trying to do is hold a single leg position, holding this up against the pole, between that and my knee. Going for 30 seconds, trying to stabilize. And this just lights up that glute medius on this left side. I'm just doing 30 seconds right now. Ooh. But the goal is to kind of fire those glutes so they kind of carry over into everything else we do today. So like what I was talking about last week, we're gonna start incorporating a couple new movements. Safety squat, bar, good mornings is gonna be one of those. And that's gonna be our first main movement of the day. My goal is for this to kind of contribute to getting glutes and hamstrings, but also help keep a nice neutral spine and really get those erectors, the muscles that run up and down the spine, a lot stronger. And hopefully that'll help carry over into the deadlifts. Today, being that it's new, we're doing 4 sets of 8. It's kind of like a discovery day, where we're gonna work our way up to a weight that feels pretty comfortable to do all 4 sets with next week. Which means we're gonna be bumping it up every set, unless we hit that weight sooner. Making smaller jumps, because I know this is something, at least I think it'll be something where the slightest bit too heavy will be detrimental. So it's all about kind of being very methodical, slow. This is kind of like a tempo, trying to hit the same consistent depth and trying to get nice and low with it every time. Trying to keep the same stance I would for my deadlifts. Definitely feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. I felt really good. I think we might just go up another 15 pounds on each side and call it there. Back to it. My glutes and hamstrings are feeling sore, which is great. My back, my lower back, everything feels pretty good. And so we're going to stay. Now that I'm in here, I'm like, I could go for like a press day, but I didn't really bring the right clothes for that. So we got a full back day. The target is really just trying to get a lot of blood flow, a lot of work in those lats, and then doing a little bit of like recovery work for the biceps and forearms. But yeah, lats is kind of where we're at. Shouldn't be a long workout. Throwing a little bit of grip at the end as well. So let's just get started. First things first, with our session, we're gonna throw this on to track our progress. I'll give you a little brief rundown of our warm-ups for today. Definitely, I felt like biceps, forearms get sore. Not in like the muscles are working, but in more of like the tendonitis and whatnot. So I'm trying to throw in some wrist work, some rotator cuff work, some bicep work at the beginning, in hopes that it will kind of make things feel a little better. But we got this kettlebell here. We're holding upside down with both hands, resting it, my forearms on my thighs, slowly bringing that as far forward as I'll go, and then back up. You've seen plenty of times. We're gonna do some reverse flies for 12 here. We're doing some single arm pull downs. Basically the goal is just to get a good pump in, kind of pre-fatigue my lats before we get into the more, what is it called? Compound movements using both arms. So we're doing 4 rounds of that, just trying to get that upper back, get the lats all fired up. So I'll see you guys when we move on. We got some seal rows and stuff after that. So this is something we're not going to go too heavy with. I'm going kind of like a very slow tempo. As you can see, I'm kind of reaching, stretching out as much as I can. And as I pull in, I'm rotating and trying to almost crunch in to get the most out of that. I'm keeping my hand close to my lat to make sure that's the muscle getting engaged. All right, last round. So we're just finishing off 30 seconds on each hand if we can, with this kind of pinch grip, really focusing on the thumb doing most of the work. It is tough. And we're doing some single arm 3-point rows, I guess you call it. Single arm row. Just nice tempo, getting that lat. All of today, for the most part, was pretty light comparatively, but I feel like I was getting my lats really engaged. And as of right now, the priority is get the lats feeling, doing more, make slow progress. And then as we get closer to a competition, then we can start thinking about just moving heavier weight and trying to be faster with it. You know, we're kind of taking a step back to rebuild and do all that good stuff before we take our 2 steps forward.